Great day, beautiful people. Welcome in and welcome back to our 30-day identity shift challenge. I'm super excited that you are back in. It is now day 18 of our 30-day identity shift challenge. Go ahead and give yourself a round of applause. You have made it to week 3 of our identity alignment. I am not in awe. Give yourself an opportunity, give yourself grace, give yourself permission because without you, you would not have made it thus far. But you made a decision to step out of your comfort zone, yes, and really position yourself to state enough is enough. I am going to go ahead and shift the old version of me so I can attract the lifestyle that I'm looking for, so I can attract the career path that I deserve, so I can then begin to attract the finances and the money that I know that I deserve. I have abundance. I have wealth. Come on into the room. If this is your first time coming in to the 30-day identity shift challenge, I am Ruth McCracken, founder of Promote Yourself. I help ambitious to executive professionals and entrepreneurs attract 6 to 7 figures by including godly principles. That is why the 30-day identity shift challenge is even in existence. It's to help interrupt, get you to recognize, what am I doing? What is it that I have not been properly doing that got me in this state that I am in now, which is your state of mind, where you're in the right room. You're definitely in the right room. Let's go ahead and share this to about 30 of your peers. Yes, go ahead and grab about a few of your friends, your family members, people that you know that you just talked to on the phone the other day, and saying they're going to need this shift. I'm going to go ahead and hold them accountable. So let's go ahead and allow the Father, the Creator, to bombard the algorithm. Yes, let's go ahead and bombard the algorithm with him because his power is within what? Is within me and you. So let's go ahead and notify again. Let's get people up in here. But let's go ahead and get started because I'm not going to be in front of you very long. And my goal is for you to take away 3 principles that's going to be able to apply every single day. I declare and decree in the next 48 hours, you're going to have this I am mindset. You're going to have this I have mindset. Why? Because the title is going to share with you exactly how it's going to be in alignment with those I am and I have. Today's title for day 18 is Emotional Regulation is Executive Presence. Many of us allow us to be working on reaction versus being proactive. So we're going to be continually massaging through the areas that's been keeping you in emotion that has not been serving you. And today's the season. Today is the day that you're going to go ahead and disrupt it. So welcome back, everybody. Again, hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the day 18 of our 30-day identity shift challenge. Let me just start by asking you a question. Is that all right? Is that all right? Let me go ahead. Come on in. Come on in, Michael. Can I ask you a question, Danny? Have you ever walked away from a conversation and thought, I wish I would have responded differently? I wish it maybe was an email that you posted out. Maybe perhaps the email was not the right type of email. It maybe was an email that you posted out. Maybe perhaps the email was not the right type of email, right? All right. Maybe, you've had a disagreement with perhaps your manager or peer or relationship, or Sherelle, maybe with a partner. Maybe you had a disagreement with a family member. Is that making sense? Are you resonating with what I'm putting out there? Let me know by letting me know you're presently here in the room with me by go ahead and hitting some hearts. Let's tap the screen and share this live so I can know that you're with me. Let's go. Or maybe perhaps, listen, when I said, have you ever walked away from a conversation and then maybe thought, or someone asked question, or maybe someone questioned your value, Jermaine. And then in that moment, watch this. Your emotions became louder than your identity. Well, let me tell you that today we're going to be talking about something that separates good leaders from the transformational leaders. And Sid, I'm going to break it down with you. We're going to engage. We're going to go ahead and remove the veil because emotional regulation is not talked about enough. Emotional regulation is something that people think, oh, that's just for that's only for the executives. No, it's for also mid-level to even manager, even entry level, even your children. I am so elated that it's being put into younger generations, but a lot of our older generation is, 40 and up, 40 years and over, are not finding it to be adjustable or adaptable. Eugenia, and I'm here to tell you, you have to center yourself, and you have to center yourself emotionally so that you do not create yourself saying, I wish I never said that. Is this good? Are you picking up what I'm putting out there? Let's go ahead and let me know by tapping and showing up with the hearts so I can know you're in here. And by the way, if this is resonating with you, don't forget to like and subscribe and follow so you can be able to continue to maintain the rest of this challenge. And if you're just jumping in and you're wondering, well, you're on day 18, Ruth. I missed the first 17 days. Listen, somewhere on this description, you'll see the link. Or matter of fact, hit the bio, hit the photo for the bio, and the link is going to be on my profile. Go back and hit the replay, binge, grab your pen, yes. And most importantly, I'm going to grab my notes and you're going to grab your notes because it's imperative that you retain this information. Without the notes, without you understanding, because collecting the information is one thing, but applying it with your pen, yes, applying it with your pen, Richard, is going to help your brain sustain and retain the information. Is that all right? Let me know if that's all right. Put me in the comments that that's going to be you. So go ahead and let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and fill the room with your bombarded hearts. Let me know that you're here because this masterclass, listen, this masterclass has been an invention only for the sake of the fact that I hear you and I see you. I hear you and I see you because emotional regulation, Caramel, especially in executives, the executive presence isn't how you dress only. You and I should be walking out with the frame of mindset that I'm already an executive. Although you may not be collecting the type of money yet, but you already have access to that money. We're going to talk about that as well. It isn't how you come out communicating. Stay with me. It isn't even your resume, Carrie Ann. Executive presence begin with emotional maturity. It starts with who you are. You understand? It starts with who you are. One of the greatest misconceptions when it comes around emotional intelligence is that emotionally mature people don't have emotions. Are you catching this? They simply don't allow emotions, watch this, to become their leader. God created emotions for a reason. God had our body, which is called the nervous system, that's tied to our nervous system organization. Nervous system is tied to our whole organism because our body is our GPS. Put my body as my GPS. Let me know you are with me. God created emotions. God created joy, grief. He even created compassion. And he had compassion. Yes or yes? Come on into the room. Do you see where this is going, Flee Love? God created emotions. He created disappointment. Many of us don't like that path, but disappointment do exist. Put me in the comments if you woke up disappointed because the alarm woke up and woke you up to see another day on this side of heaven. Is that okay? They all have purpose. All the emotions that I just listed all have emotions. Yes, they all have emotions. And I'm here to tell you, you can regulate your emotions. I'm going to let you walk away. I'm going to teach you 5 ways. I said 3 earlier, but I'm going to shift it to 5. Who's looking to go ahead and know how to emotionally regulate, how to be emotionally balanced, how to make sure that your emotions matter to you and not what other people think. It should only matter to what to you only, Flee Love. Thank you for the love. Let's go ahead and bombard it and get it to 1,000. I believe with 50 people in here, we can get it to about 15,000, but one person alone can get it to 1,000. So two or more gathered. When two is better than one. Put two is better than one. Two is better than one. Because in this 30-day identity shift to attract wealth, I'm going to teach you how to 5 ways to emotionally regulate your, and with tips. I'm going to give it to you now. Let's go ahead and start with James. James 1 verse 9. Walk with me to James 1 verse 19. Excuse me. James 1 verse 19. Is this all right? Because I listen. I understand that the body is our temple. Our body is regulating, but it needs, you got to pay attention to it. And James 1 9, I'm going to tell you that, and I'm going to read it out of the KJV. It says, "Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath." Notice, slow is part of that sentence. Leadership has rhythm. Put leadership has rhythm. You have to have a slow and steady way of communicating, slow and steady way of regulating. Wisdom pauses. You don't react because you got an email and it just flipped you off. If you start flipping tables, or automatically just start saying, "I'm going to go ahead and get out of my seat and I'm going to go in front of their door. I'm going to go up to the 11th floor and tell them a piece of my mind." No, that's not how we do that. We're going to sit. We're going to pause because wisdom lives in me. Say, wisdom lives in me. I carry wisdom. I carry a pause button. My body, sometimes you don't even have control. Your body going to help you pause. Yes or yes. I'll never forget Fee Love. Flee Love. I'll never forget interviewing for executives opportunities, like senior upper management roles. There were seasons when I desperately wanted the role. Can I be honest? Is this a safe space? Put me in the comments when you find yourself in desperation. Don't leave me here hanging by myself, Justin. Sometimes I received reaction. Sometimes I received silence. Sometimes I watched less qualified candidates move forward. Like, what did you? Now, years ago, this had been around 2021, right after, nearly closely after COVID, that would have shaken me. I would have questioned my value. Yes. I would even question my purpose. I even would question myself. Is this you? Put me in the comments, T. But God, watch this. God began teaching me something. And that's why I'm here teaching it to you, representing it to you to help you skip the lunch line in a very organic way. In a very organic way. And here, let me tell you something. Your peace cannot be dependent on people's decisions. What do you think about me? Are you going to answer my email? I've sent this email and it's been 4 days I haven't heard back from you. Your peace does not reside around someone's responding back to you. Is this good? Because if they control your peace, watch this, listen to this. Let me know by tapping the screen that you're in here with me. This masterclass is designed to allow you to push and lean in. Say, "I'm leaning in. I'm going in the deep end with you, Ruth." Because if they control your peace, Kia, they'll eventually control your confidence. And that's not what we're here to do. We're not here to give the will or relinquish our power to allowing somebody to take our peace. Now, when disappointment comes in, I acknowledge it. Let me tell you, stick with me, write this down. I acknowledge it, I pray, I process, then I move. Because you don't want to sit there and dwell in slumber with that disappointment. You want to acknowledge it though. You're not going to suppress it. The body is here to show you. Your body is your temple. Your body is here to address how to handle certain emotions, not to ignore it, not to suppress it. You understand? That's emotional stewardship. Put emotional stewardship in the comments because I want to help you because I've been there, done that. If we don't get ourselves in order, how is money going to follow me? What is the ways that money going to apply? The first thing you want to do is you want to acknowledge it. And then you're going to come back and start praying on that emotion of disappointment that although I feel disappointed, I didn't get that job offer. Although I maybe am disappointed that I'm in a sticky situation when it comes to maybe getting recognized at work, Emerald. Although I'm disappointed that my peer got the promotion and not me, you can acknowledge it and say, Father, then you're going to say, I pray. So I pray that the next move that I make, that my emotions will be regulated. I sit in that Zoom call or in that conference room, and I'm going to zeal in. I'm going to allow my body to allow me to be at rest and answer the questions with full authenticity. Is this working? Are you grabbing this? Let me know that this is resonating with you, because I want you to know your nervous system, because a lot of us are not taught well around this topic. We weren't taught this in school, unless that was your major. This is very not thought of, and that's why it's very important in this 30-day identity shift that you're paying close attention. Number one, we talked about I acknowledge when disappointment comes in. Now, can we talk about something fascinating? God designed your brain beautifully. Do not believe the hype or the myth that we're only leveraging 10% of our brain. I want you to be able to understand that your energy matters. Let's go ahead and let me know that you're catching what I'm putting out there, because God designed your brain to be your, what I like to call, your navigator. When you've experienced rejection, how many of you have experienced rejection when it comes to applying to 20 or 30 job applications this month? Type me in the comments. Or maybe perhaps you internally had a one-on-one conversation with your manager, and he or she is saying, all right, right now we're not looking to get anybody into the next role, the next tier or the next level in your role, but we'll look into it by December. Put me in the comments that you've been in the same role for the last 3 years, maybe 5 years, or perhaps 10 years, and there has not been any traction, at least not enough to where, all the while everything else is inflaming, all the inflation when it comes to the economic levels in terms of whatever it is in your local area, in whatever demographic area that you live in, the company that you've been committed and loyal to somehow is radiating disappointment, or not, you don't see validation. Is that you? Put me in the comments, because your nervous system, I'm going to help you shift how your nervous system is registering and containing that information in your body. You got to release it. Say, I'm in my release season, Ruth. I no longer want to be held captive with what other people are saying. When you've experienced betrayal, your nervous system remembers. Can I tell you a secret? When you've experienced criticism, your body, that's right, your body remembers. It remembers, Chris. And that's why sometimes your reaction isn't about today. Isn't about today, Myra. It's about yesterday. It's about yesterday, right? Many of us aren't reacting to this conversation. We're reaching to an old wound. You could be having a full live conversation like you're doing right now, right, Panther? But whatever reason, something triggered and something starts to alert your body. And you're like, why am I feeling like this? Why do I feel like I'm about to have a panic attack? Healing begins when awareness meets truth. I declare and decree in the next 24 hours, you're going to go ahead and lean in and check your posture. You're going to know what type of questions to ask yourself. You're going to know how the right questions to ask yourself so that your body can release those old wounds. The more you renew your mind, listen to this. Come in, just lean closer. Say, I'm leaning in, Ruth. It's my leaning season. Let's go ahead by tapping the heart so I can know you're living and you're pumping blood in this masterclass, Margaret. The less your past controls you, the more you become more present. The less that you keep your past in from holding you hostage, the more you can release yourself and get back at rest. Get back at the reset button. Hit the reset button today. It's time to hit the let's know what. Let me go ahead and aggravate some of you folks because I sense that you're needing to be disrupted. Sometimes many of us need a slap on our back because we're not catching this. And I need you to catch this. Walk with me to Romans 12:2. Romans 12:2 is a very popular scripture. It resonates with me and it's going to go ahead and pierce an acupuncture to your body today because I need it to flow. I need your oxygen to flow through. Say, I need my oxygen to flow through because many of you all are not breathing. Y'all walking dead. It says, Romans 12:2 says, let me go there now. Say, I'm leaning in, Ruth. I'm going to be reading out of the KJV. Hold on tight with me. Hold on tight. Say, I'm holding on tight, Ruth. It says, be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed, watch this, by the renewing of your mind. I'm not being a mirror of whatever the world is presenting back to me, although that's majority of your programming today. What you internally have been in habit of doing subconsciously is basically from the mirror that you've been doing since the time you came onto this earth. You understand? So transformation begins internally. We got to remove the old paradigm. What is the old paradigm? The old system. You're wired subconsciously in thinking and behaving. That's why you're emotionally irregulated. That's why we tend to pop off when the manager sends an email saying that you got to stay 2 hours later, or perhaps you're in the list of being potentially laid off. You then start to emotionally be irregulated. But I'm here to tell you, you got to acknowledge when your body starts to impulsively start to react to something that you know that you've already. I thought I graduated from this level. Why am I allowing this to pull me back in? Why am I being pulled back in? I once coached this HR professional, right? Can I have you lean in a little bit, Mary? Lean in. Let's go ahead and hit the hearts because today you're in a day 18 of our 30-day identity shift challenge. And for those who are coming in, I am Ruth McCracken, the founder of Promote Yourself. I help aspire to executive professionals attract 6 to 7 figures by leveraging and using godly principles. This is why the 30-day identity shift matters. It came into existence with the thought of you, Marcus, because many of us do not know what's keeping us, holding us back in our career, in our business, and most importantly, in our relationship. So welcome in the room. This is a safe space. If you need to be catching up, you know that you're in the right room. Go ahead and like and subscribe and follow. The replays are already loaded and uploaded in the bio link of YouTube. It's going to be somewhere in here. And you're going to be able to follow. So go ahead and just hit the hearts. Let me know that you're resonating with this by letting it get to about 3,000. There's 50 plus people that's been coming in and retaining and sticking their eyeballs in here. And it feels like it resonates with you. And if that is true, I'm going to go ahead and share 3 secrets on how to emotionally regulate your body, because your body is your temple. Say, my body is my temple. My body is my temple. That's right. Weld it up. Let's go ahead and get it to 3,000. We're halfway there. Let's tap the screen. Let me know that your blood flow is going. I believe one of us can definitely get it to 3,000. Imagine 50 of us coming together. So let me share this story because I think a lot of you all can relate to this story. It can definitely bring you back in to regulating your emotions. Like I said, I was coaching this HR executive in a major organization change. She was very sharp, very brilliant. She was stellar. everyone. She was a huge influencer in her community, very strategic on how she operated, how she presented herself, how she showed up, highly respected and highly regarded in her organization. But every difficult conversation left her emotionally drained. Put me in the comment if that's you. Now, one day, she admitted, I feel like, Ruth, I feel like I carry everyone's emotions home with me. I was like, wow. So I asked her, what if leadership isn't absorbing everyone's emotions? Your team's emotion, your own leader's emotions, your customers or clients' emotions. That changed her perspective. That one question disrupted the behavior pattern that she was stuck in that loop in. Just that one question. The question you want to ask yourself is, what question are you asking yourself this week in order to change your perspective on how you show up at the workplace, or maybe how you show up in your community, or how you show up when setting your goals for this week? Are you showing up with emotionally balance, or you're anxious because I need to go ahead and accomplish this? When that question was proposed to her, it shifted something inside of her. That's right. She stopped reacting. What she did, she stopped reacting and started responding, Jay. She paused before meetings. This is the time, this is very key and very important. When you're going before those boardroom members, or maybe perhaps you're in your team atmosphere and you're about to have a team collaboration or a hands-on meeting, you must pause. Don't just walk in there and not being covered first. You have to cover your mouth, cover your mind, cover your body, protect your body, because you don't know who's going to pop up with a response that's going to knee jerk you. So you're already preparing yourself. You with me? She stopped reacting, started responding. She even paused before meetings, prayed before conversations. Let me tell you, prayer is a power tool. Put prayer is a power tool in the chat. Prayer is not something for our ancestors. Many of us are losing sight of how valuable prayer still weighs. The words that are coming out of my mouth, it weighs. How I communicate, how I command the atmosphere, it shifts, it waves, it echoes. Do you understand? Know that your command center, the words that come out of your mouth, your word is your currency. How you speak is your currency. So she prayed before conversations, breathe before speaking. Many of us don't do that. We don't breathe in real time. Yeah, we breathe naturally. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about taking a deep breath, breathing in, holding your breath for about 4 seconds, Marshall, and then releasing that old way of behaving, that old way of thinking. Now, within months, her team described her within one word. Put one word in the comment: calm, peace. Nothing changed externally. Watch this. At least not yet. Her identity changed internally just by changing her perspective, just by allowing herself grace and taking a breather and just taking a step back and not being reactive, but more so evaluating herself. What's causing me to have my nervous system to react a certain way? Why am I feeling like my team is I'm giving them my power? What is causing me to relinquish my power? Are you with me? Let me know that you're with me. Let me know that you're with me. Is this good? Let me know that this is good, good. So the most powerful man and woman in the room usually isn't the one that has the main statement to say, or know how to help encourage you, or is the loudest, or the most opinionated or the even most attractive or reactive. She's the most grounded. Listen to this, because regulated people create regulated environments. Regulated people create regulated environments. If that's something that you may want to know, let me know in the comments. Put me in the comment, because regulating people create regulated environments. Your children feel it. Your interviewers even feel it when you're in the interview. Yes. Your spouse feels it, believe it or not. Your team even feels it. They do. And your clients, listen to this, your clients even feel it. So the question you want to ask yourself is, what am I needing to do to fix this? People trust peaceful leaders. Just like a baby, like a newborn. When they feel their mom's tender warmness next to them, they feel calm, they feel peace. They immediately start that radical cry to her most calmless palm breathing. Yes or yes? So the question you want to ask yourself is, where in my life is causing me to react? Why am I always on impulse? Why do I feel like my anxiety is up the roof? Why is my cortisol level is just ecstatic? Well, I'm glad you asked. That's why you're in this identity shift challenge. So I want to go ahead and let you know you no longer allow yourself to be bamboozled by not knowing how to regulate your emotions, because you carry that weight, and you might have carried that weight because of what was mirrored to you growing up. All right, let's continue. Let's continue. So before responding, like, can I give you an assignment? Can I give you an activity to do? And let me know how this worked for you today, because I want you to do it today. Before responding, pause. That's the first principle. You're going to pause before reacting. You're going to pause. Take it in for a moment. Let your body sit with that comment. Let your body sit with that email. Let your body sit with that conversation after having an hour full throttle conversation with your team, and then it just didn't sit well with you. Sit with it for another moment or so. Then breathe. Do a breathing exercise. Breathe in for about 5-10 minutes with 4 seconds in between the holds of your breath. Breathe in, hold it for 4 seconds, then breathe out, then release it for 4 seconds. Release it so you can release that old tension. You understand? And once you release it, watch this. You're going to now see how your body is now regulating. It's now catching a tempo. You understand? Because that is how you're going to shift how you emotionally show up. We're not here to just pick up everybody's emotions, pick up everybody's weight. When you get on this doggone, when you get onto this Amtrak, you've in the past you got on this Amtrak with about 5 bags, 50-pound each, carrying old habits, old doubt, worriness. And I'm here to tell you, you're no longer going to carry those bags, because those bags got you to where you are today, got you to the version of who you are today. But in order to get into this private jet, you have to emotionally be balanced. So you cannot be emotionally balanced when carrying 5 bags of luggage that is not serving you, my friend. It's not serving you. So we're going to get into this private jet with a lightweight. Say it's a light thing. It's a light thing for me. It's lightweight for me. Carry this light weekender, a white light weekender with the right materials is going to help you catalyst to the next altitude. In order to get to the next altitude, you got to remove the old luggages. Those old luggages got you to where you are. Your body is now in distress. Your emotions are not irregular because you don't think or pause or pray, breathe, ask yourself the right questions, so you no longer find yourself holding these old memories hostage in your body. So ask yourself this question today, Yari. Ask yourself this question. Am I responding from today's wisdom or yesterday's wound? That's the true identity work. that's when you see a new creation. That's when your body starts to vibrate. You start saying, well, why my body feels all tingly? Why do I feel like my head is starting to feel that I have some electrifying nerves that are just creating something in my body? I want you to pay a close attention. Get it to 2,500 so I can break it down for you. Who's ready to release whatever the body is holding every time you go into a room? It's no longer even finding you as your presence. Your aura is off. And you're wondering why? Because you're emotionally irregulated. And we got to get you back in alignment. We got to get you back centered. You with me? Because in order for you to attract and magnify money into your presence, in order for you to attract the right job opportunity, so when the recruiters are now in your inbox, when the recruiters are now recruiting you, they're actually seeing you. That's identity work. You sit with yourself. I have job offers. I have attractable roles. I am waiting. I no longer have to wait for a job opportunity. Job opportunities find me. The roles that I desire, my dream roles find me. They look for me. But I have the right properties within me that's going to magnetize those type of roles. I hear people saying, well, Ruth, what would I apply to a senior manager role when I only make 65,000 and this role is saying it's going to pay me 185,000. I don't deserve that amount. Although the description aligns with what you've been doing, but you feel some kind of way that you're not worthy of $165,000 increase. That's when the identity work definitely shows up. You got to sit with that. What is it that's making you feel that 165K is not worthy of your salary bracket? If that's you, put me in the comment. Put me in the comment. Because I'm here to tell you, you no longer want to feel that you're not worthy or you're not enough. Say, I am worthy. I have what it takes to attract wealth. I have what it takes to attract prosperity. I have what's in me, the skills and the ability to hold a senior manager role or a director role and help the organization do the proper work that that role is aligned in my skills to do. Are you catching this? Let me know by saying, it's me, Ruth. I gotta show up, not no longer saying I'm not enough. I am more than enough. I am qualified. I have the skills for my dream role. I can get to 65K to 195K. You're with me? Don't look at the dollar. Look at the problems that you're solving. Your identity and you're emotionally irregulated. Your identity needs to shift and recognize who I am. And your emotions need to regulate and knowing when to pause, when to acknowledge when disappointment shows up, when to acknowledge when you're angry, when to acknowledge when you feel that you've been rejected. Walk with me to Proverbs 15:1. Is this good? Are you catching what I'm putting out there? Do you see where this is going? Are you leaning in? Do you understand? Show the hearts. Let me know that this masterclass is resonating with you because I won't be in front of you that much longer. Let's go to Proverbs. We're going to go to Proverbs. I love the book of Proverbs. Uncle King Solomon was not a force to be reckoned with. And he's going to be teaching good. In Proverbs 15, walk with me there. I'm going to be reading out of the KJV. That's the closest to the nearest original language, right? And it begins to say, a soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. A soft answer turneth away wrath. What is he saying? Notice he said soft, not weak. There's a difference between those words. I'm glad you asked. Well, what's the difference, Ruth? I'm glad you asked. Let's go ahead and bring up the Webster Dictionary. I'm glad you asked. Soft? Well, what does soft mean? What was Uncle King Solomon referring to when he said a soft wrath? A soft answer turneth away wrath. And I know that that's a lot of things that make me so soft means versus weak. And it begins to say, softness is deliberate choice of empathy. Listen to me. Write this down because I'm listen. The purpose of this particular live is to help executives present on how to regulate their emotions. Your emotions, it helps you to set the stage, to scan the room, to understand whether or not if you're being taken out of your position of holding your power because you now relinquished your power because of what somebody else said or what they said that caused you to now sit with that thought for the rest of the 8 hours of your shift. That stops today. So let's talk about it, soft versus weakness, because a lot of people take those two out of alignment. Okay. So softness is a deliberate choice of empathy, emotional openness, right? Let me flip it so you guys can see it. I'm going to flip it so you all can see it. Okay. Let me flip it. Mm-mm-mm. Let me know if you can see it. Actually, this is not going to work. Let me flip it. I'm trying to see where the flip button is because it usually pops up. Hold on. Well, I will be better prepared next time. So I'll have it on my screen so I can show it to you. But right now, I'm just going to read it out loud to you all. The difference between softness and weakness. Softness means you are flexible, compassionate, and receptive to others. It is the ability to feel deeply, communicate with kindness, and bend without breaking under stress because it is actively chooses vulnerability. Listen to this, over building emotional walls. Many consider it a profound form of strength. Are you catching this? Whereas weakness, listen to this. This is the comparison of softness and weakness. Weakness means you collapse, you fold, or crumble under pressure or conflict, unless softness, it lacks the fortitude to stand firm, set boundaries. This is so good. Or take necessary action. You see, so notice that soft is not weak, it's wise. A lot of people think like, oh, you're soft. You're being so soft with that team member. You're being so soft with taking in certain people in the community to come into our fold. You're being so soft. Soft is not weak. Soft is showing empathy. That's what it said in the meaning of it. So executive presence isn't building, it's not built during what I like to call easy moments. That's not when it's built. It's revealed during difficult ones, difficult situations or episodes or events that's occurring within your life right now or within your workplace or perhaps in your business with your clients. That's when executive presence is actually being tested, especially with your emotional regulation, whether or not if you're emotionally balanced, if you know how to coexist with other personalities that are not balancing or basically reflecting who you are. And how do you adapt to that? How do you adapt to different personalities that are not aligned with your beliefs or how you show up? Is this making sense? Let me know, James. Let me know, James, by hitting the hearts. Let's go ahead and bombard it so we can raise and allow God to help commission the algorithm to be in the same rhythm with us in this masterclass. You understand? So I want to take the pause because I want to hear from you guys. Like when it comes to when you hear emotional intelligence, and especially when it's communicating even with your kids, or perhaps you're in the room in an interview, and then one of the panel interviewers are checking to see how do you handle conflict when it comes to other team members, and they tell you, what if somebody tells you straight up that your skills doesn't align with this particular project? Why are you running this project? Because there's people who don't have no filters. Do you agree? Billy, that there's people that come into your workplace or in your proximity that don't know how to leverage filters. They just straight tell you what's on their mind. They're out of the body. They're not allowing the nervous system to check them and say, no, I got to be empath. I got to be empathy right now. Excuse me. And I want you to be able to pause. The moment somebody reflects to you their true personality, their core, and they may not even be aware that they're doing this. You're thinking like, is this person trying to test me? They're not even consciously aware that they're doing that. Chris, that's the problem. The issue is it's bigger than you. Whatever reaction that you got or knee jerk response that you received when you were in that project, room with the other stakeholders or the other team members, it wasn't to directly to you. That person is hardwired and programmed to commute emotionally irregulated. They don't know. And so now you pause and you scan the room, you scan the meeting and say, okay, I see where this is going. The moment you become more trained and more of a master when it comes to emotionally regulating yourself, you're going to be knowing how to navigate this matrix. You're going to know when to speak and when not to speak. And it's going to elevate your maturity level when it comes to your emotions. Are you with me? Who's ready to know how to regulate the emotions? Because in this day 18, that's what it emphasizes in. It's wanting to understand, am I able to regulate my emotions? Are you able to regulate your emotions? Or are you going to constantly just continue to take in the wheel and allowing somebody else to just give you a knee jerk comment and you then fold and call them everything besides their government name? Is that you? Put me in the comments. Say I'm a work in progress. And that's okay. That's why you're in this room. This room is a safe space. It's a safe space. Is this good? Let's go ahead and tap the hearts and go ahead and share this to about 3 of your friends, because the main goal of this opportunity here is for you to just recognize that you're no longer going to be holding yourself hostage, because emotional regulation on an executive scale, because it doesn't even matter if you're in entry level work, if you're an analyst, if you're perhaps a financial accountant or a staff accountant or a sales account executive. Leadership skills for high performing women need to know how to regulate their emotion. Why emotional regulation is the secret password to how you show up in an executive presence. It's not just so much so on how you groom yourself, because that's important too. Don't get me wrong, Irene. That's important, but it's also internally how you're emotionally showing up. Are you allowing yourself to work through some of the doubt, work through some of the disappointment, the rejection? You understand? You got to be able to know how to work through those things. And that's why we're here. That's why we're here. And give me one moment, because I want us to give me one. That's why we're here. And give me one moment, because I want us to give me one moment here. Moment here. Thank you all for chiming. I'm listen. I'm back. I'm back, and I want you to be able to do me a favor and grab your notepads. Let's go ahead and grab your notepads right now, because I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do this assignment together, because I want you all to know in this day 18 30-day identity shift challenge, I want you to do this assignment live with me, and I want you to engage in the app, the chat room here, because here's the truth. We're going to disrupt this pattern that you've been lingering in. It's not serving you. So I want you to know, sit silently, hold up your notebook page, and I want you to say, type in, for example, I used to cry in office bathrooms. Now I leave the boardroom. Let's talk emotional regulation. Let's talk about it, because many people are not talking about it. I want you to understand that this is a room where you're going to recognize that I no longer going to be held myself hostage. Because enough is enough. We need to know when to stop, when to have the red light to show us that we need to stop, because workplace conflict is very loud. People can get emotionally feeling very distressed when certain conversations show up. And even when you're in the job search and you're transitioning, right? You want to make sure that you're not getting frustrated. You're not finding yourself in a loop where I'm not enough. How am I going to get this job if I'm not showing up as my highest and better version of me? I want you to open up in a blank document on your, in your notepad, and start just writing all the negative emotions that are not keeping you calm, because you are a powerful executive and your communication matters and how you show up matters. So writing it down, instead of decompressing it, write it. Write down what's frustrating you. Put it in the comments what triggers or what emotions shows up when someone says something, or how they say it for whatever reason gets you to feeling rejected or making you feel unworthy. Put it in the comments, because this day 18, the identity shift, will reveal the past you, because it will reveal not only your past you, it's going to reveal the version of the behavior patterns that's been showing up, because the executive you behaviors usually is completely different. It's calm, it's paused, it listens versus reacting to those responses. If you find out that you need something more deeper, more one-to-one, the link is in a bio, or put me in the comments, or matter of fact, directly, once you connect and you follow, you can go ahead and DM me privately, so we can have a one-to-one and do the inner work. Do the inner work that's causing you to hold back and be frustrated, and allow your body to just increase your cortisols. Which does that mean? What does that mean, Ruth? I'm hearing people saying that it's your stress levels. Your body is holding so much emotion, and it keeps a lot of memory on stress. So emotional regulated executives don't keep a lot of emotions internally. They learn how to eternally release it by speaking and asking the right questions and pausing when they're in real time handling a very intensive type of conversation, whether it be in a boardroom, perhaps maybe with their teams, perhaps maybe a one-on-one with their leader. Are you with me? What is it that I need to do this week that's going to create me to have a calm reaction when a comment is being said that doesn't resonate with me? When perhaps maybe your partner makes a remark that doesn't resonate with me or resonate with you, what do you say? What is the emotional intelligence behind your words? It's not the words that you say, it's how you say it. It's how you say it. Is this good? It's how you say it. Because I understand the assignment. Give me 1 second. I want you all to comment in the comments, put in the comments where you at in your job interview and what is it that's causing you to feel that you're not being recognized, you're not what is it that you think that may be keeping you stuck? What is it that's keeping you stuck? Hmm? Put it in the comments so I can help you in live in real time. So I can help you in real time. Can I be transparent with you? Can I be transparent with you? Can I hold your hand and let you understand that you're not alone in this, Courtney? You're not alone. There was a season in my life when I believed emotional intelligence meant hiding my emotions. You know, as an HR leader, I thought I always had to be strong. I have a reputation to uphold. I always have the answer because I'm HR, right? I always stayed composed, right? But internally, Drex, I was carrying disappointment, job rejections. This was, I want to say, like around 2017. Job rejections, financial pressure, marriage challenges, if you will. Put me in the comments if that's you right now. The uncertainty of what God was doing in my career. And I'll be honest. Can I be honest? There were moments when one email could change my entire mood. Like, seriously, one rejection could make me question my value. So one day, there was one delayed phone call could trigger anxiety. Not because I lacked faith. I want you to stick with me here. Because I was still healing. How many of you all are still in this healing phase? If you're feeling like you don't need any healing, then why are you here? What do you need God's help with? What do you need my help with? If you feel like you don't need healing, healing is a lifestyle. Healing, put in the comments, healing is a lifestyle. Is this resonating with you? Let me know that this is resonating with you in this masterclass by hitting the hearts. Tap the screen. Let me know that you're in the right space, that this is resonating with you. Kathy. So, not because I lacked faith, because I was still healing. God began showing me something. Emotional maturity, listen to this, isn't pretending you're okay. When people ask you, how are you, Ruth? Oh, I'm okay. Oh, I'm doing all right. All is well. You know, just put me in the comments. Let me know this is you too. Am I the only one on this plane, on this jet plane by myself? Let me know. It's learning how to pause before you respond. That's emotional maturity. That's when you know you have now crossed the mark. You have now pivoted on how to balance your emotions, right? That's emotional maturity. So I started asking myself questions like, Ruth, what are you feeling right now? Is this situation creating the emotion, or is it revealing something that still needs healing? Ask yourself that question in real time right now. Think of a situation that maybe you kept incomplete, that is not done yet, that you still need to resolve. That question changed everything. Instead of reacting, I learned to regulate. I learned how to pause and do breathing activities, breathing regularly. Come on, somebody. Am I alone here? Let me know that this is something that you're looking and seeking after, but just don't know how. Well, you're in the right room. This 30-day identity shift is going to give you the awareness on what questions to ask. I learned to regulate. I would pray before responding. I would take a walk before sending the email. Many of us are ready to put that fat thumb to work. Just typing away. Keep hitting the space bar because you're just ready to hit enter once it's done. You understand? So I take a break, take a breather, walk away from the email for about an hour. Don't even respond back to that text. That's how I was regulating my emotion. I didn't have a knee-jerk reaction to every text or email. Journal before making a decision. Journal before you accept that job offer. I journal. I didn't do that back. I journaled, but there's certain times where I did not pause in real time. Talking to the recruiter. You know what I mean? Job opportunities that I just felt that I was not qualified for because I felt that I wasn't enough. Although they saw differently. Just because someone else sees the potential in you doesn't awaken the spice or the motivation in you. You have to see it for yourself first. Yes, your parents may say, you got this, you were. It's great to have a motivator. It's great, don't get me wrong. It's great to have a mentor. But in real time, if you don't sense that you are enough, it's not going to get you to accept a job offer. It's not going to give you the courage to say, yes, I accept the job offer. Because if you don't feel enough, thank you for the love, Angel. If you don't feel that this is what I need to be saying in real time, I have watched job opportunities walk away from my table for the simple fact that I didn't think I was enough. I wasn't worthy of it. I wasn't worthy of it. Is that, put me in the comments? Put that's me, Ruth. But that today, it stops today. It stops now. That old version of you, that old identity that did not know her worth, that didn't know her value, is no longer going to hold herself captive because you've now dissolved from her. I no longer hold her and coddle her. I can't coddle something that's not producing the right fruits. He said, I abide in you and you abide in me, and those who seek me early shall find me. He said, I love them. I love them who loves me. And those who seek me early shall find me. We're in this room, the identity shift, the day 18 of our identity shift, because we're seeking the inner version of us, the future version of us to come in the now. Are you with me? Are you with me? So sit quietly with God before jumping to conclusions, before hitting the send button in that email. Over time, I noticed something. Can I share that with you, Greg? Over time, my peace became less dependent on people's decision. Is that you? I protect my peace. It's my protection of my peace season. In order for your cup to run over, in order for you to attract and see the money and wealth come to you in this identity, in the now, you have to know how to protect your peace. You understand? My promise to you is the moment you understand your value, where you sit, how you sit, it would then give you the ability to become more aware of who you are. It would position you to understand and sit quietly more with yourself and with God, you can call him God, your higher self, the most high, the Christ in you, the light in you, because it's a lightweight for you. It's a lightweight. Sit quietly with your higher self. And over time, you're going to notice something, that your peace is not tied to another being. Although as a baby you felt peaceful holding, the baby feels peaceful when the mom is holding her and coddling her underneath her arms, right? But I tell you the truth? You're more at peace when you're rooted in the Father's promises, when you're rooted in who you are, when you're rooted in who you're becoming, when you're allowing yourself to walk in the version of you that's going to aggravate and disrupt the thought process of thinking that you're not enough, that there's no way that you're going to be able to accept a job offer that's going to be shifting your financial situation right now. Think about it. I rejected a job offer that was paying me double. I can't make this up. I promise you I'm not making. What's the purpose of me doing that? My nervous system was not receiving it for whatever reason. And it was with a high reputable company years ago. But I'm here to tell you that you can now compound and collapse time. I am compounding and collapsing time because I know who I am and I know what I am worth. And the question, that's why I'm doing this 30-day identity shift, so you can remove the veil and understand that you are rooted with a higher light. Your path is light up with a lamp that is so great. That light is so powerful. It lets me see clearly. It lets me know that my wealth, it lets me know that I attract wealth automatically. I have wealth as my backing. I have wealth to know that whenever room I walk into, I know how to present myself. I know how to be able to scan the room. I know how to emotionally regulate. Is that you? I know how to emotionally position myself. Come on into the room and go ahead and grab about 10 of your peers, because a lot of people don't know how to emotionally regulate as an executive presence to themselves. Your identity is tied to how you emotionally show up. I love how you emotionally show up with love. The interview didn't determine my value. The rejection didn't cancel my calling. Come on, somebody. Just because at the time I wasn't prepared to say yes, the Father had a better and greater door for me to go through. You see where I'm going with this? Take it for what it is. You're now in a season in your life that you're wanting to recognize, I no longer going to what? Put myself in a bottleneck or in a box. You're not going to do that. Why? Because it matters. It matters. Thank you all for achieving my goals. It matters. It matters. I love how you all are showing up, because I'm in a position, in a safe space, to know that it matters to me, that I have to decide that the delay didn't mean denial. Great day to you. Today, people often tell me, Ruth, you're so calm. What they don't always see is that calm wasn't something I was born with. Put that's me in a comment. It was something I practiced. Emotional maturity is not something that I grew up in. I practice it every day. I practice this, Jason. It was built one thing at one day at a time. It was built one pause. It was built on I acknowledge, I see you, I feel you. It was built on one prayer, one surrendered moment at a time. I knew my value. I saw who I was in the mirror. I get to recognize my worth. I get to see that I still practice this today. And I want to share that. Can you practice that today too? Don't get nervous, because the body knows when to keep you in familiarity. It keeps you thinking that you don't need to go into the unknown zone. Being like Peter, you go out of the boat. You're getting out of the boat because you heard your name being called. You said, Master, if that's you, let me know and say, come forth, and I'll come forth. And Master says, Peter, come forth. And he starts walking in the water. Come on, somebody. Many of us are afraid of walking in the water because of the noise, the chaos that it surrounds us, and we now get distracted and forget, and then now it's dormant on how to emotionally be mature, because we now are dormant. We don't get to see that light. But I'm here to, can I challenge you? Can I challenge you? I want you to be able to see that light. I want you to be able to say, Ruth, how do I see that light? How do I aggravate the light in me? Right? How do I maturely show up as that emotionally regulated version of me? I'm glad you asked. Let's talk about it. I want to ask you a question. Is when you get an email or perhaps maybe a text, how much time do you give yourself before you respond? And let's be honest. How much time do you give yourself before you respond to that text? Right? Do you give yourself 5 minutes? Do you respond immediately? Do you wait five? Tell me in the comments how long do you wait to respond if that text moved you a certain way? Did you if you felt a knee jerk or you felt like you want to put this person in a chokehold? Tell me the time frame that you wait. Be honest. Do you do it immediately? And I want to share something with you. Let me know. Put it in the comments. Do you take your time to respond or do you respond right away? Or do you respond right away? Let me know. I love to hear your thoughts. Yes. So support. Yes. Thank you for the love. Listen, in order for us to up level this, I appreciate your heart just warming up here. I appreciate your hearts warming up here, because I want you to be able to emotionally regulate. I want you to be able to let me know, well, Ruth, what questions do I need? What questions do I ask myself? I want you to ask this. I want you to answer this. How many of you ever said, I wish I would have handled that conversation differently? Put put me in the comments. Have you maybe replayed a conversation over and over in your mind? How long did you sit with that conversation? Did you sit with that conversation for a day, 2 days? Let me know in the comments. Come on into the room. Listen, Bobby, welcome into the room. This is the 30-day identity shift challenge. We're now on day 18. And my gift to you with this masterclass is to be able to emotional regulation is executive presence. And right now I'm asking you questions. This is a Q&A moment. And the question I want to ask you is another one. How many of you have let one email, perhaps one text message, or even one comment ruin your entire day? I remember one time, can I be honest with you guys? Let me share something with you. I remember I got a text from a very dear friend, and I was filling up my before I got out the car to fill up my tank and my BMW SUV. I saw the text and it blew me away. I paused, but my body didn't pause. Just because I paused, are you with me? My body didn't pause. My nervous system didn't pause. Are you catching this? I read it and I was like, how dare you ask me this question? In real time, I was triggered in the car before I even put gas in the car. In real time, I was triggered. I was like, whoa, I didn't know I still needed this to be healed in. And this was not too long ago. This is probably like about a month or two, maybe about 6 to 8 weeks ago. I read this text. Listen to me very closely. Put me in the comments if you can relate. You got a text. The text threw you off your game. It threw you off your equilibrium, right? So much so, Javon, that I sat with myself before I responded. I probably took an hour to respond. And I say, hey, do you have about 20 minutes so we can talk in real time? Or maybe we can meet up? I don't even think I needed to meet up with that person. But even though I waited and I said, do you have something? They responded back and said, they responded back maybe an hour later saying that, oh, I fell asleep. I went back to sleep and I'm sorry. My apologies. I didn't realize. It's as if they knew that the question that they asked me rubbed me the wrong way because I said, I want to see you. Let's go ahead and meet up. Maybe let's catch up and meet up for about 20 minutes. It's as if they knew. Your nervous system can get picked up by someone else and be like, "Oh, I must have maybe said it in a way." And sometimes they don't even know. Can I tell you a secret? Sometimes, many cases, the person that's sending you those questions or those comments don't even know that it's rubbing you in the wrong way until you show up and say, "I don't like how you did that. I don't like how you said that." Or what you said moved me. Like, "Oh, my bad. I didn't even know." Because subconsciously, they're wired to just be themselves. And here you are telling them that what they say and how they said it affected you. That wasn't emotional maturity, because you now relinquish your power and say that that bothered me, instead of saying, "I do not operate in that type of space. I no longer find myself being put as priority when I'm being shifted out of who I am. So thank you, but I'm going to take a step back." Is this making sense? Is this helpful? Yes, I take my time. Taking your time is important, because that helps you what? Protect your peace. It helps you protect your peace. Am I right? So emotional regulation, you have to do it in real time sometimes. I sat in that car for a whole hour talking to the creator, talking to the most high, because it moved me, and so much so like I was doing healing, transformation healing of myself in real time. Many of us don't know how to do that. We would have been called them, put them on the phone. I didn't call that person. I didn't, because it's about me. It's about healing me. I can't tell them what to do. You can't fix nobody. That's the part I knew way beyond, that I am not in position to fix nobody's potential or fix nobody's brokenness. That is not my job. My job is to make sure that come on, somebody, that I am in alignment, that I feel at rest, that I am protecting my peace, that I believe that what I feel matters opposed to what they think or feel. Is that relating to you? Does that resonate? Are you with me? Thank you for the hearts. Come on, somebody. So type me if you ever reacted emotionally before gathering all the facts. Type me if you ever reacted emotionally before gathering all the facts. That's why I paused. I didn't even put gas in my car until an hour later. I sat in the car. That's a graduation to emotional maturity. Now, you may look back and say, "Man, why did I respond to that text in less than 10 seconds?" But now you look at yourself and say, "You know what? I'm not even going to answer to that text. That text does not serve me." For whatever reason, it may not have been a bad text, but for whatever reason, it just didn't resonate with you at that moment. It did not resonate with you. So that's when you sit with yourself and you talk to the Most High and you say, what in this text triggered me? Why did my nervous system release cortisol and had me off my equilibrium, had me emotionally imbalanced? Let me know in real time this week, if someone texts you, whatever the case may be, maybe your partner, your manager, your peer, your friend, your girlfriend, your partner, what would you do? What is your goal? What would you do if you get a text right now in real time from someone that you didn't even anticipate or expected them to say that? Would you wait, or would you take about 5 minutes and then respond? How long would you wait before you respond when you knew it aggravated you? You already have their number on speed dial. They're part of your favorite list, right? They're part of your favorite list, right? And all of a sudden you want to, so every part of your blood cells and white cells and nervous, everything cells in your body wants to pick up the phone and give them a call, right? But what's the timeline? What is your goal? If, because you don't know when these incidents occur, your manager sends you an email, your counterpart sends you an invite to go into an impromptu meeting, and you're like, "I know she didn't just put me part of this meeting invite," even though your calendar showed that you're available, because you forgot to add your doctor's appointment. So what do you do? Do you wait, or do you respond immediately and say, "No, I can't go," and give a knee-jerk response, or do you wait and you pause, Put in the comments. Let me know. Type in pause or immediately respond. I pause, Ruth. Or no, I immediately respond. Be honest. Be honest. Am am I teaching good? Is this waking up something in you, the dormant part of you? Because here's the truth. The reality is we if you're wanting to get emotional regulation and show up as the executive version of you in every room, in every setting, you have to recognize what part of you needs to be breakthrough. What part of you is pending a transformation? When was the last time your emotions made a decision that your wisdom wouldn't have made? Was it last month? It's been years? Come on, let's be honest. When was the last time your emotions made a decision that your wisdom wouldn't have made? Was it even just maybe an hour ago? Because you got a message from your partner or your kids? This whole objective is emotional regulation. This whole purpose of this masterclass, when we're doing this 30-day identity shift, this day 18 is focused on emotional regulation because a lot of us did not grow up with emotional intelligence. Can I be honest? Go ahead and just tap the screen and let me know, Ruth, you're talking to me. I didn't know how to regulate my emotion. That's probably why 80% of my family members died or had some sort of stroke or cardio arrest because they didn't know how to emotionally regulate their nervous system. They didn't know because their parents didn't know, and then their parents didn't know. I am a descendant of immigrants, first descendant, and everything was hardcore. Everything was hardcore racism, disciplinary action. Come on, somebody. I came from that generation, but look at me now, talking regulation. What did they do that at? Emotional regulation in real time. Who taught you how to handle emotions growing up? Maybe I don't want to, because statistics say a lot of people was not taught that, right? Maybe I don't want to, because statistics say a lot of people was not taught that, right? Let me know. Who taught you? Was it your mom? Was it your dad? Maybe your grandparents? When it Let me know what model figure or what mentor, maybe it was maybe a mentor as you got into your adolescence years. Let me know. Jason, let me know, Javon. Is that you? Who taught you? Give them recognition. Give them their flowers now. Give them their flowers now. Type in the comment. It was maybe your math teacher in high school, your guidance counselor, your advisor. Have you ever tied? Now I'm going to shift a little bit, right? Because now we're going to talk about career. Because the first part was more so in general, the people around you, the people that was maybe raised you, the family members that maybe modeled how to manage emotional intelligence and emotional regulation, and even talked about a little bit about the workplace, maybe getting an email or a text message. Do you pause or do you immediately respond? But I want to go even deeper because many of you all are in a career transition. Many of you, I hear from you guys and you're wanting to know, how to attract those job offers, how to attract wealth, how to allow money to come into your reality. You see yourself in an imaginary world, but you want that to be your reality. You want to be able to see $10,000 steady into your bank account. Wealth will attract wealth. You have to see yourself in wealth. You have to feel yourself in wealth. So, have you ever tied your value to a job offer? You tying your value, saying, you know what, I last year, let's say you maybe came in net worth of $85,000, and you've been in this position now, for example, for about 5 years. Maybe Some of you all been in a position for about 10 years, and your goal is to at least get to 100K. You feel like you have the value of 100K because you've now carried the weight of years. Whereas somebody who maybe only had a year of experience through internship, they start right at the door at 100K with the same role that you have. And you look in the back of your head at how did they do that when I know I've been doing this for 5 years? I can see myself value at 100K. How are they coming through the door with 1 year and they're already immediately starting a job offer at 100K? So the question you want to ask yourself, am I tying my value to a job offer? Put me in the comments because if you need help with that, because I'm here to help you shift that mindset. Shift that because that can emotionally irregulate you because now you feel like you're not enough, that you maybe need to wait until you get another year underneath your belt. The question is, what problems am I willing to solve? What solution am I bringing into the table? That's what's going to raise your tax bracket. That's what's going to add more commas. Are you with me? Shifting your identity by not just tying your value to a job offer is not the solution. You're tying your value to the problem that you solve. That's what you're weighing. You weighing, can I solve their issue in the project room? Can I solve their financial statements? Can I balance and budget their credits and debits? Can I give them a quota that is going to help them catalyst their sales goals for the first quarter of this year, of next year? Can I reach them to $1 billion? Can I give them the secret code on how to, you see where I'm going with this? What problems are you solving? You don't tie you to the value. The value is, what exactly am I resolving for that organization? That's when your confidence and your emotional regulation comes in. Are you with me? Are you with me? How many of you have questioned your worth after rejection? It's like, man, maybe I didn't solve the problem like I thought I did. Put me in the comments. You question your worth. Be like, and was I enough? Am I not enough? What was it that I maybe lacked? When you Can I tell you a secret? When you become emotionally mature, when you become emotionally regulated, you know you prepared for that interview. You went through 4 or 5 different interviews. You did nothing wrong, friend. You did nothing wrong. Do not tie yourself to that job offer. Do not tie yourself of not being valued or because of that rejection. Your rejection is not, you getting that rejection is not tied to your value. You getting that rejection was not, I'm not being rejected of who I am. I did my part and showed up. I gave you a case. I gave you a presentation that I knew that it stood me to be valuable in terms of the problems that I solve. Are you with me? So quit rejecting your worth or tying your worth to rejection. There was 100 people that applied. 10 of them got turned in to do interviews. Out of the 10, you were part of the 3 that were shortlisted. So what makes you think you did anything wrong when you were shortlisted? You got to understand how to play the game. You got to understand the rule of the game, the strategy. Know that what's going to be for me, what's tied, the job offer that's tied with my name is for me. The job that has my name on it, the wealth that I have backing me up, hey, come on, somebody, is for me. That 375K annual raise is for me. I'm not going to dim the light thinking that I'm not enough. I need to go back and maybe get my bachelor's or get a second bachelor's or a second master's or a third master's, whatever the case may be. Don't think that you are not enough with the skills and the version of you that is looking to become on a different statue. That statue, it comes from the shifting of your mindset, shifting the identity, relinquishing dissolving the old version of you. She got you this far. You understand? She got you this far. Now it's time for you to start regulating your emotions. No more getting knee-jerk reaction when you see an email comes in and saying that we have moved on to another person. I'm here to tell you in the next 72 hours. The moment you start strategically applying, you're only going to apply to about 5 roles. But Ruth, that's not enough data. In what book? You create your reality. Energy flows where energy goes. You create your reality. The question you want to ask yourself, am I asking the right questions? Am I positioning myself? Am I prepared enough? That may be the question. What am I needing to prepare for? Who do I need to become when I get into this Zoom call next week for that next third round of interviews? Who do I need to become in that team's room when I meet with the senior director? Come on, somebody. When you prep and you communicate and you regulate yourself and you center yourself, just continue to do the repetition. Put repetition in the comments. The more you repeat the same repetition, I promise you, the law of numbers, law of average, law of numbers do not lie. And it's not saying that you're going to continue. You're repeating the same action in terms of how you show up, your speak, because your words carry power. We talked about that. Your command center, you're going to command the room. I have the qualifications. I know how to be able to solve your problems because in the last 5 years, I was able to operate with enterprises and work very closely with the executive team on how to reduce the bottom line on attrition, on maybe getting the right people, hiring the right folks as an HR leader. Come on, somebody. Your career identity and emotional intelligence go hand to hand with each other. If you're applying for a job and you're looking at yourself and saying, Ruth, I only have but 12 years of experience when it comes to sales, but I want to shift from being in sales and move into operations. And I don't have any operations exposure. The question you want to ask yourself is, what problems did I solve in sales that tied into operational activities or operational functions? Is this making sense? Identity is tied to your emotion. If you emotionally feel like, well, I'm not enough, Ruth, I don't know how to be able to address those, then go ahead and hit the link in the bio and we're going to do some deeper inner work. But you must know for the time being that you can take your 12 years of experience and tie it to where you now want to be in an operation manager role. It's all about how you address and how you identify yourself. What identity are you looking to walk into? What path are you looking to create? What timeline are you looking to now generate in the now this week? Is this good? Let me know this is good. Good. Can I ask you another question? And be very clear. I want you to zoom in and be very clear with me. What have you ever allowed someone else's opinion to determine your confidence? What did you do? How did you react? Let me know in the comments. And be honest with yourself. This is the breakthrough part that a lot of people don't want to do the work. This is the work that a lot of people don't do in order to see the breakthrough, in order to feel the transformation. Have you ever allowed someone else's opinion to determine your confidence? Let me know in the comments if that's you. Put me in the comments. And if so, what did you do? How did you feel? How did it make you feel? How did it make you feel? Lamone, we're here in our 30-day identity shift challenge. We're now on day 18. We're almost wrapping it up. I'm just opening up the floor for Q&A because oftentimes when it comes to emotional regulation of our executive presence, we just unsure on the steps to take or what questions to ask. And that's why I'm asking you these questions to be able to help you regulate and get you back centered. Is this good? Do you understand? Do you understand? So this is the reason why, because career identity is tied to emotional regulation. In order for you to increase your worth and your value, you have to know how to regulate your emotions, John. That's important. Yes or yes? It's a viable step. Now, when it comes to your nervous system, when it comes to the body, your body, your body is your temple. Put my body as my temple. Have you ever reacted something? I want to ask you a question and let me know that you're ready. Put I'm ready in the comments because it's all about emotionally, regulating. We're not here to cause our body distress. We're not here to elevate our cortisol levels to where it's high and static. It's all over the place, statically. Have you ever reacted to something small and later realized it reminded you of an old wound? Maybe this happened within the week ago. Maybe it happened last night. What did you do? How did you feel? Did you feel sad, disappointed, angry? Did you feel rejected? How did that make you feel? What did you do in real time? Let's be frank with each other. Because if you're accustomed to having a knee-jerk reaction, my question to you is, what are you going to do to fix it? What are you doing about that? When someone did something this little, but it created a whole mountain. It built a whole mountain. Now your money is being impacted. Now your business is being impacted. Now your career moves is being stagnated because you're emotionally irregulated. Are you with me? You're emotionally imbalanced because of one simple comment, that one small thing that someone said, and you realized that it reminded you of an old wound. Put me in the comment. What did you do? How did it make you feel? Disappointed? Did you feel sad? Did you feel, why is this happening to me? Who do you think you are? Right? Italian sister? What if your reaction today isn't about today at all? You just woke up that way. You just woke up emotionally out of order. It has nothing to do with today. Put me in the comments. You just say, why am I waking up that way? Why is my heart skipping beats? Why am I feeling like my heart is in a racetrack? I'm just running. Your anxiety level is just hitting the roof. You just woke up that way. What can I do to regulate or bring it back to balance, right? Thank you for the love. Javon, what did you do? What did you do to keep yourself at a pace, at a level of peace? Share with me. Let me know, what did you do? Put it in the comments so I can read it out loud. And how it's going to help you keep yourself regulated. Let's talk about it. Welcome in the room, Flora. We're talking about our emotional regulation for executive presence, emotional regulation in real time. This is day 18 of our 30-day identity shift challenge. Let me know if this is resonating with you. Like and follow and subscribe. The link is in the bio for those who are wanting to catch up and binge watch. You binge watch on everything else underneath the sun. This is a power move for you when you're shifting your mindset to executive regulation of your emotions. Go back and hit the replay. The link is in the bio and binge. It's not that long. Today's the longest because this is a Q&A session. So I started a lot earlier today. And I want you to be able to really sit with yourself emotionally, because a lot of times people don't realize that your blessing and your breakthrough is in your emotion, how you emotionally show up, the rhythm, and how your word. You could be saying 1,000 words in that moment, and your emotions are not matching up with the words that are coming out of your mouth. Meditation is huge. Talk about it. Do you feel like you meditate, and what's the amount of time that you commit to dedicating to meditation? Meditation is a opportunity to emotionally regulate it. I told you about the story where I was in the gas station and I sat in there for an hour because of a text that took me off my balance from a dear friend. The text moved me. I didn't respond right away. I sat with my higher self, with the Most High, and I started talking out loud, because your word, what, carries power. Say, my words carry power. I leverage my command center. My command center is my speech, how I communicate. In real time, I sat in the gas station for an hour. This is about almost 2 months ago. I'm not perfect, but I'm imperfect to getting into a perfect journey. Are you with me? Can I share something personal again with you? Is that all right? Because I do believe my stories is going to reveal an access point and an access door to someone saying, oh, if she can do it, I can do it. If she can do it, I can do it. Is this good? Thank you so much for the letting me know that. It means a lot. This is my calling. This is what I do. This is what I'm very compassionate to do. I believe that my design here on earth, my divine connection with the most high has put me in a space that I truly love and truly desire. Emotional regulation matters. I appreciate the heart. In this very moment, you're going to take this awareness and you're going to apply it because of the compassion that you're presenting in this space. He says, where two or more are gathered, I am in the midst. He said, where two or more are gathered, I am with you. And thank you for being with me because this masterclass is gifted to you guys. I give you this masterclass on emotional regulation into your executive presence because you no longer operate in Lolabar. You don't no longer operate ghetto style. I've been there, done that. I was born and raised in Little Haiti in Miami, down South Florida. I understand that. I didn't become who I am overnight. I do have a story of my own, friends. Emotional regulation and your executive way of being is what this topic is about. So, can I share something with you? I want to share a personal story with you, if that's all right. Do you have some time? This year was stretched. It stretched me in ways I never expected. It did. It stretched me. Many of you know I've been interviewing for executive and senior leadership positions, right? Thank you for the roses. I love that people recognize you while you're still here on this side of heaven. This masterclass is gifted to you, and I love that you're showing the reciprocity of gifting back. So many of you know I've been interviewing, and there have been interviews that went incredibly well. I've been shortlisted multiple times because I knew how to solve the problem. I knew how to speak to the situation and tailor my answers to their on how I can solve their problems, right? There have also been opportunities where I thought, Lord, I know I was qualified for that role. I know I was qualified. Put me in the comments. I know I was qualified. I answered everything. I was in a panel of 3 people at once. One was like a senior director. She was a counterpart. Another one was a director, and another one was a senior advisor. Listen, all underneath the HR umbrella. I said, I know that role is for me. And then silence. Put silence in the comments. Thank you for the follow. Thank you, Jason. Put silence in the comments. No phone call. No offer. Right? Is that you? No offer. No, no explanation. No explanation. Years ago, that silence would have controlled me. Years ago, right? I would have questioned my value. I would have even questioned, you know, I would have wondered, like, did I say something? Was I off? Was my attire not cleaned enough or gloomed enough? Did I have a pimple that day? I don't know. I would have wondered what's wrong with me. Back then I would have been thinking years ago, I would have thought that. I would have been like, what's wrong with me? Why do they keep choosing someone else? Put me in the comments if that's you right now in real time. Be honest because you have to recognize where you are in order to know where you're going. If you don't know who you are and you're now looking underneath the hood to see what areas I need to fix, what areas I need to pull out, what areas I need to clean up. I need to declutter. I need to declutter this identity. I need to dissolve the parts that are not serving me because it got me this far. In order to get to the next level, I have to eliminate some of the parts that are not operating in this vehicle properly. That's why it's called maintenance. You have to do a routine. Do a routine check. When was the last time I did a routine check to self regulate, to emotionally regulate myself, right? Because back then I would say maybe I'm not enough. That's why I got no response, no explanation, no reason, no offer, no phone call. But can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? Can I share something with you after all of that scenarios that was playing in this rent, staying in my head rent free? But God has been teaching me emotional regulation. All the while God was teaching me, I was in boot camp, I was in training camp. All the while, God was watching me show up in real time that, baby girl, I'm showing you right now the areas that you're needing to help regulate. Number one, your emotions. Because I wasn't taught that growing up. Many of you all probably can attest. Now, before I react in real time today, I pause. I pray. I breathe. Oh, I sigh. Sigh feels so good because you're releasing that tension. You're releasing that negative energy. You're letting your body relax and know that I am God. Peace, be still, and know that I am the I am. When Uncle Moses was asking the Father, who shall I said sent me? They're not going to listen to me. I gotta get some kind of backup. I gotta let them know who sent me. I'm just a messenger. And the Most High said, tell them the I am. The I am. He didn't say it not one time. He said it twice. Double, double. Put double, double in the comments. Don't ever feel like you don't have to double your income. Money follows me. Wealth follows me. I am being backed up because I attract wealth automatically because I know the I am. The I am. I am the I am. And I know the I am. Are you catching this? So I pause, I pray, I breathe. I no longer start getting thoughts of thinking that I'm not enough. What did I do wrong? Why haven't they chose me? Why did they pick someone else? Maybe I just picked the wrong role to apply for. Then I ask myself, Ruth, you are responding from truth now, not from disappointment because I pause, I pray, I breathe. Then I'm able to talk to myself. How many of you all talk to yourself? Say, I talk to myself. Put I talk to myself in the comment. Talking to yourself is good, good. Talking to your temple is amazing because you get to regulate your emotions in real time. Say, Ruth, you are now responding from truth. When you're able to speak to yourself, now you're connected. It's like heavens are saying, she gets it now. Heaven is celebrating with you and saying, you get it now, Jason. You get it now, Javon. Heaven is celebrating with you and saying, I get it. Thank you for disrupting the algorithm, Father. Thank you in advance. Because there's many more people I hear God saying that I am emotionally irregulated. What is it that I need to do to get back centered, Ruth? What is it that I need to do to no longer take disappointment as a loss, but it's as a gain? I'm still winning, even though I got a rejection. I'm still winning. A job offer is tied to my name. I've learned to take every emotion back to God before I take it to people. When I told you I sat in that car for an hour, me and the Father was having a heart to heart. Because me and Father talk. We have a dialogue. I talk to him like he's my bestie, because he is. He is my bestie. He's my way maker. I sat with him for an hour. It was like 8 o'clock in the morning. I did not move that car. I sat right there. I'm like, I'm not going nowhere until I get myself emotionally back in alignment. Come on. Because I am being backed up. in heavenly places. I am backing up. I'm being backed up. So when I know when I'm out of alignment, I do it in real time. I don't say I'm gonna wait till I clock out of work or I'm gonna wait till the kids get out of school or no, I do it in real time. Put real time in the comments because tomorrow is not promised and another minute is not promised. So I'm gonna do it now. Say I'm doing it now. Now faith. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things unseen. So in order for me to get into the palace, in order for me to get into the palace of things that I'm hoping for, I got to sit with the unseen things first. Why am I out of balance? Why am I feeling that I'm out of alignment? Where did my hope? Who took my hope? Who did I allow to steal my hope? My dear friend, if that is that truly a friend, or is God revealing me something here? Come on, somebody. Is God revealing something to me here? Right? So when I began to ask myself that question, because disappointment isn't real, is real. Excuse me. Disappointment is real. I will be disappointed. You will be hurt. You will find yourself being discouraged. It's natural. The question is, how long are you going to sit in disappointment? How much longer are you going to sit in being angry? Because you have the right and the entitlement to feel those emotions. But disappointment doesn't get to make my decisions. Can I tell you that? It doesn't get to make my decisions. I've learned to take every emotion back to God before I take it to people. That's the hidden puzzle. That's the hidden key. That's the passcode. You ask for the passcode, I'm giving it to you. Is this good? Put it's good in the comments. Say it's good, Ruth. So instead of sending emotional emails, right? Instead of replaying interviews over and over in my head, because I know that's been a loop for many of us. Like, gosh, I was so close. That would have changed my whole trajectory, Father. Why didn't I get accepted? I was so close. No longer are you putting that thought process in your mind frame. No longer. So instead of replaying it over and over about those interviews, that's out the window, lil me. Instead of allow rejection to define me, that's out the window. I thank God for the opportunity. I thank God for the opportunity. I thank God for the opportunity. Yes? I ask, Lord, what are you teaching me while I'm waiting? That's the question that many of us need to ask ourselves. What are you teaching me while I'm waiting? Ask yourself that question today. Ask yourself right now in real time. Then that's what I did. Then I prepare for the next opportunity. I got to keep it moving. Repetition. I got to keep it going. I can't sit and just slumber on that rejection email. I cannot sit and slumber on no phone calls being presented. When I know who I am backed up. Wealth follows me. Money follows me. Job offers follow me. Contract deals follow me. I have the ability to attract. I have attraction of magnetizing the right job. Is this good? Because my identity isn't determined by whether I receive an offer. Listen to this. My identity was settled long before I submitted the application. That has changed the way I've interviewed. And I want you to, can I teach you something? Can I ask you, can you do the same? Just try it. Just try it. That's all you do is just you're applying it. You're applying new ways of disrupting the pattern that has not produced the right result or at least kept you emotionally in line. It not only changed the way I interviewed, it changed the way I lead, the way I communicate, the way I wait. A lot of people are so impatient. I used to be her. I used to be very impatient. That's emotional regulation, where you know when to wait and pause. You with me? I gotta go. I gotta go. That's emotional regulation. Not pretending I don't have emotions. If you see somebody around you that don't have emotions, run the opposite direction. If they're not giving you response, it's not because of the person, it's the issue within that person. They're not willing to put in the work. They're not willing to do the healing. Something blocking them. The brain is blocking their nervous system to not have an emotional way of being empathy. They're emotionally avoidance. They're disassociating their body to connect with that emotion. That's inner work issue. It's not a person issue. It's inner work issue. Are you with me? So don't get mad at the person. Get mad at the energy or the issue. It's just like when you're in a job, don't get mad at the company. Solve the problem of the company. The company has a great brand of themselves, but it's the issue within a certain department. Maybe the issue is within HR, where the system is just jacked up. The system is not in conjunction with the proper workflows. That's where I come in and solve the problem. Are you catching it? Is this aligning with you? That's emotional regulation. Beautiful people. Not pretending I don't have emotions, choosing not to let my emotions become my leader. It doesn't control me, I control it. One scripture that I want to leave you all with because it resonates with me. I come back to it often. Walk with me to Isaiah 26:3. Walk with me there now. Isaiah 26:3 KJV. Let me know when you're there. And it begins to say, "Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusted in thee." Notice what God promises. Not a life without challenges. Come on, somebody. Not a career without rejection. Not relationships without disappointment. Arsh. He promises perfect peace when your mind stays fixed on him. Are you with me? The scripture reminds me that peace is not found in that outcome. Many of you all say, when I get that job offer, that's when my peace will come. When I get out of the relationship, that's when I'll find peace again. When I get out of, no. The scripture reminds me that peace is not found in the outcome. You don't have to wait till you get to your destination. Get the peace now in the midst of the storm, in the midst of the circumstance, in the midst of looking at your bank account at a negative $55.44. Come on, somebody. Are you with me? Arsh? You don't wait to when you get an interview and then you start getting excited and start buying the clothes. You buy the clothes in the wardrobe before the interviews. You go ahead and rearrange your home office before the job offer. Come on, somebody, because you already know you got the job. It's all about your emotional regulation with your identity shifting. Are you with me? So, for example, when I don't get the interview or when I don't get the phone call, thank you for the hearts. When life doesn't unfold pretty much the way I expected, you with me? I remind myself because I want you to remind me. I want you to remind yourself as well. My peace is not attracted to the result. Repeat that after me. My peace is not attracted to the result. My peace is attracted to the Father's presence. Are you with me? And when my peace is anchored in him, when my peace is anchored with him, I can respond with wisdom instead of reacting from fear. Because that's how many of us are operating. We're operating in fear and doubt. When you operate from wisdom instead of reacting from fear, that's executive presence. Can I leave you with that? That's emotional maturity. Are you with me? That's identity. That's when you know you have officially stepped into the game of identity shifting. You stepped into the game of emotional regulation. You stepped into the game of emotional maturity. You understand? Now, I gotta go, guys. I've given you enough, and I even went a little bit over because today was about Q&A. I really want you to dig in because emotional regulation is not a popular demand topic, especially when it's executive presence. You're looking to come up and show up as that higher version of you. You're looking to get attracted to those job interviews. You want those, you desire recruiters to be in your inbox. You shouldn't have to apply to 100 applications a month. I strongly and firmly believe the moment you go in within and you reposition and knowing how to regulate and be in the right rhythm, I am an attractable higher authority. I have the ability to attract wealth. I have wealth following me. Wealth, I'm born in wealth. The moment you recognize who you are, it shifts your atmosphere. The moment you know how to speak the right words that comes out of your command center, you start shifting the trajectory of how life is showing up for you. How you see the framework that you're in right now, which is your life, which is your environment, your atmosphere, is coming from the inside of you. It's how you feel about yourself. That's why it's important to emotionally be in balance, to be balanced, be emotionally regulated. The moment you are emotionally regulated, you now become a magnet. You're now a mirror to your prize of wealth and attracting money and an abundance of it, not just a temporary slither of a piece of a cake of a money. No, you get an abundance, a lifetime abundance, a generational wealth of abundance. I am attracting generational wealth of abundance. Job offers are backing me up. Contract deals are backing me up. And you have to firmly believe and stand still to knowing that it is so, and so it is. Are you with me? Are you with me? Is this good? Is this good? Say, this is good, good. Put good, good in the comments. Are you getting anything out of this, out of our day 18? Day 18 was for about almost 2 hours of Q&A. We broke it down on the meaning of everything. I want you to know that your today's assignment, for those, thank you all for hanging in with me. Today's assignment, you're going to do a decision journal. Put in decision journal. You're going to make a decision because emotionally, you want to be regulated. You want to be in rhythm. You want to make the wise decision and not have a knee-jerk reaction to those text messages and emails. You're going to know how to pause. You're going to know how to pray. You already know how to do it because you've been in this room with me long enough in this masterclass, right? You're now emotionally regulated. You can walk away knowing that I am emotionally regulated. Point blank, period. Understood? So for the next 24 hours, practice the pause principle. Yesterday we talked about decision. Today we're going to talk about pause principle. Pause. Pause before you respond to that email. Pause before you respond to that phone call because it now got into your voice message. Pause, pause, practice pause. The pause principle before every important conversation. Pause for 5 minutes. Pause. Ask yourself, what emotion am I feeling? Talk to your body. Talk to your emotions. Is it truth or is it a trigger? You with me? Then choose your response intentionally, right? Journal that today, maybe around lunchtime, maybe within your break for about 15 minutes when you do your meditation, Jason. Then choose your response intentionally. And where did I regulate well today? When you think about it at the end of the day, and where do I still need
healing. Because you have a job offer with your name on it. You have a promotion with your name on it. You even have a relationship that is restored or replenished with your name on it. You have the Father backing you up. You have a heavenly armored team backing you up. You with me? So repeat after me as we wrap up and close. Is this good? Are you getting anything out of our masterclass today? Let me know that this is resonating with you. Repeat out after me out loud and say it out loud and clear. I lead with peace. I respond with wisdom. I protect my mind. I honor my emotions. I refuse to be controlled by fear. I trust God's peace. I carry calm into every room. I am becoming the woman God created me to be. Beautiful people, your emotions are not your enemy. I repeat, your emotions are not your enemy. They're indicators, yes. But your identity remains your leader. You with me? Tomorrow we're talking about something that will challenge every person in this room who's listening. Day 19 is stop negotiating with your calling. Oh, this is going to be so powerful. Get your pen and notepad ready. Like and subscribe, follow, so you can be one of the first to know, to be notified, to get in the room bright and early and fuzzy tail. Normally it's in the morning, sharp and rise by 8 a.m. I might come a little bit early just to get some Q&A first for those who are very determined and serious, right? Because what God has already established doesn't need your permission to be true. So always notice and notice to be true that you are forever guided by light with Ruth, most importantly with God, our Father. And know that I forever love you, and God loves you. I'll see you all tomorrow. Until next time, friends.